never entered the promised land. But Moses is attributed for, a lot of the things that the Israelites then developed into before they actually crossed over. Yeah. That's all attributed to Moses if you read in the Bible. So Isaac, good thought there indeed. Morning from Preston, UK, is Rahim Sula Omar. Austin Mkikuyu is tuned in this morning. Let's get the Tuesday business going. Let's get at it, bro. Christina says good morning. Eric O is also here. Fiery Red. Yay, Okari's back. Yes, he is. Robinson Gatiba says good morning. Ndu, yes, 96.0 in Nakuru is dead since yesterday. EVE, you want to ask them a question or two in terms of what's happening? That to be looked into. Mutufulani says good morning. Welcome back, Okari. We missed you. And we even found an assignment for you. Utachukua NK2 is 2NK. 2NK matatu ende Nakuru.
I'm a Molo line.
We'll explain later. Sabalheri Team Spice Okari brought lots of rain. He did. Ndu Green symbolizes Green symbolizes growth and harmony. Indeed, it does. Good morning to you, Richard. Mkwama, good morning. D&D, back together indeed. Simon Kibiru is tuned in. Happy Tuesday, despite everything in Kabisa. Michael Olande, good morning from 1,000 Hills. Good morning to you, David Mangera. Bwangi Juma is also tuned in. James Kamau is here. Atieno Hamjamboni from Kilifi. SKM, Ivory Coast President, 83, secures fourth term after two rivals barred. Yes, indeed, he did. So it looks like there's something. We also see, an 80-year-old in Malawi, 83-year-old Ouattara in the Ivory Coast, Biya in Cameroon, probably going to be Museveni in Uganda. So, is it the trend? And what on earth are we doing? Pan-African, we see you. Good morning. Yes, DD says Baba doesn't go for 3 seconds. Yeah, you need to understand what I was saying, that so many things have happened very quickly. So understand the meaning behind the thing. So don't get upset. Sawa. Siayan says, good morning. 29-year-old Biya wins an 8th term. He's actually 92. I can see what you did with the numbers, inverting them there. Nyakundi Emmanuel is tuned in also and says, we can start deforestation. And why did we have to start planting 15 billion trees? See, tuna built. Good morning, says Leroy. Peter's also tuned in from the land of Githinji. Newton Emasa says, we are crucifying Cameroon for having an elderly home in their state house. Wow, we had our own people's president who falls in the same group. Double standards. Really? Okay. Profix Technology is tuning in this morning. Kei Motoko is tuning from Kinshasa. The sister says, good morning, family. And Josh Willie says, good morning to everybody. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in the room this morning. Karibuni Sana. And thank you for doing that with us every morning. You know what? I want to send a shout out to Joroge Waweru is tuned in this morning as well. I've outed you. Good morning. Thank you for being here every morning. Why are hurricanes named after women is what he's asking me this morning. Because I'm not going to read the rest of that. But good morning, Waweru.
They come like a hurricane.
How about we look into the headlines?
It's about to go
down. On the front page of Kenya's bold newspaper, The Standard. Keep off politics. Shouting at us. Cabinet secretaries have been traversing the country in full campaign mode, using public resources and state platforms to drum up support for UDA candidates in the ongoing by-election campaigns and President Ruto's 2027 second-term bid. Well, that's where you're going to hear Musalia Mudavadi. But on the issue of missing Kenyans, zip.
Zero.
The campaigns have drawn senior public officials, including those that hold offices that the Constitution determines to be purely apolitical. Now, LSK wants a court determination to bar them from active politics, arguing that such behavior is partisan, a case of misuse of office, making them unfit to serve all Kenyans. And who there? Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi's got his face there on the front of the Standard. Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen, Aidan Duale is the Health CS, and surprise, surprise, Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja. So, yeah. So it would appear as though Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has actually opened his mouth, but it is in relation to the war in Russia against Ukraine. Yes, our citizens have been lured into the Russian war against Ukraine. The government has acknowledged this paper's revelation, saying it is working with Russian authorities to trace citizens lured into the war front and enable them to reach Kenya's mission in Moscow to help them to travel back home. So, yeah, he seems to have information about that.
Working with who again?
Russia.
The ones who drafted them to go for war.
Yeah.
Okay. To look for them.
Yeah.
Do we not know where they are? They are in the front line.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Kejese and Kepsea exams begin amid schools state row over capitation. So it's funny thing. The term has ended. What we're doing is we're in exam period. Migos Ogamba decided that they were going to send some money. So they sent the day before yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
Where kids?
I don't know what they're supposed to do with it, but okay.
Where are the students?
In their houses with their parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Takunywa maji.
Road's body on the spot as floods cause widespread havoc in Lanette. So, the Kenya National Highways Authority is under fire because what is going on? Ruto's cabinet police boss sued for campaigning and abuse of office. Why key observers are missing in Dar polls. So usually you will have international observers already having been, on ground by now. Not happening.
Are you surprised?
No.
The major opposition candidate is missing. You think observers would be there?
But interestingly enough, there are 16 other presidential candidates in Tanzania. Do you know even one?
No.
There you go.
I know the one who's
who's in jail.
Yeah.
Okay. DPP questions U.S. interpreters' credentials in the 8.2 billion shilling drug case. All right. Postal workers strike, demand half-year pay arrears. Somebody can owe you 6 months' salary. Imagine they can. You can find out what I'm talking about. Okay, so those are some of the headlines we're looking into in the Standard. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, the Daily Nation. Now, Trump aid freeze triggers HIV crisis. Now, U.S. President's U.S. aid funding cuts have significantly impacted Kenya's HIV treatment program. Patients previously received 6 months antiretroviral supplies now get fewer drugs, forcing frequent hospital visits and increased cost. Viral load testing, once free, now costs up to 3,000 shillings. Decades of HIV progress could be wiped out. Now, ODM moves to preempt post-Raila power. Now, this Senator Oburu Odinga, who chaired the first meeting of ODM's key organ Central Management Committee yesterday as interim party leader with Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, have adopted a hawkish stand, reading out the resolutions. Among them, a plea to members to resist a divisive scramble to fill power. Now, smart padlock securing largest national examinations. KSA started yesterday. And yes, they're smart padlocks. You must use your what again? Fingerprint. Or is it iris? Now, bread from the jam. Nairobi's hawkers risk it all for a living. That has always been a problem in the country roads. Perhaps something will be done, but then again, how do they fend for themselves is the big question. Inside the hustle of a matatu driver, that is a feature that has been done there. And NEC tests smart locks to curb exam leakages. Are exams really stolen from these containers?
You'd be surprised.
Because one would argue before they get there, they're already out. Yeah, so this smart padlocks business. Aitamake. Now, Kenya-Russia talks to end shady jobs. We've seen that as well as Kenya says it's working with Russia to bring back its citizens who've been drafted for the war in the front lines. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look at the stuff very quickly. Raila's succession, who will be next king of Nyanza? That's a question. Seasoned and youthful contenders vying to inherit his mantle. So ODM bigwigs ready for the brawl. We have 5 images there of Treasury CS John Badi, Gladys Wanga, Homobe Governor, Oburu Oginga, ODM boss now, interim, or acting. Babu Wino, Embakasi East MP, Opio Ondai Energy CS. Then there's a story here. Kenya trails Tanzania in economy, according to an AU report. So Kenya is lagging behind Tanzania in the region in trade diversification, mainly trading in raw material goods, hence slowing down economic growth and compounding poverty. A new African Union report shows the 2025 AU Continent Integration Report says East Africa is generally punching below the continental average in ramping up its economy through sophistication and expanding its economies. Kenya is particularly doing poorly in the bloc. Let me repeat. Kenya is particularly doing poorly in the bloc with a less sophisticated economy that trades mainly on raw inputs. This means Kenya is doing poorly in industry and manufacturing development. We want to get to Singapore. Yes. So, because that's where we are going, it means that we are generating fewer jobs, which are crucial in fighting joblessness and poverty. So if you fix the industries and you fix manufacturing development, then kazi zitapatikana. So the ESC diversification score remains slightly below the average. This is Kenya compared to Tanzania, which is leading in diversification, followed by Burundi and then Kenya. In contrast, Uganda, Rwanda, and South Sudan score low as well, highlighting the gap between trade intensity and sophistication. That is what that report is all about. I didn't know I was coming back, and then I see my good friend. Nancy Gadongo.
She was waiting for you. She was waiting for you.
This image is just, every time I say this, you just know, okay. So, a review of the Auditor General's report has revealed that senior accounting officers and other key government ministries have been signing off financial statements despite not being in good standing with their professional body. That is the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya. The findings, part of a broader audit review covering the financial years 2020 to 2021, then 2022, 2023. Hatujafika 25.
Okay.
Yes. Raises serious questions about the credibility of the country's public financial management and the enforcement of professional standards among those entrusted with billions of public funds. So the National Treasury and Economic Planning, the nerve center of the country's fiscal management, has been flagged as a repeat offender. For all those years, since COVID, mpaka mahali tumefika. So over the 3-year period now, this report covers, the entity consistently received a qualified audit opinion indicating persistent material misstatements in its financial reporting. Now, more alarmingly, the individuals who are signing off the statements were confirmed by ICPAK to be not in good standing as of June 2025. This means at the time of the review, the senior officials were not compliant with the professional and ethical requirements for practicing accountants in Kenya. Hapo ndio tumefika. Like, then who cares?
You know, on that particular story, and I think about the things that you need. I mean, think about anything that you want to create. Anything. A building, a cake, anything that you want to put together. There are certain ingredients that you need to do it, first of all. And then you need somebody to put it together. And then you need a manual. There is... Architects will use what is that thing they call? The plan.
The blueprint.
A blueprint. Yeah. Chefs will use a recipe. You need a plan. Then you follow the plan. Or you have a model. So you follow the model. You find out, what did they do in order for us to get here? Okay, Mtata said it, and yesterday, that's why people are telling Tika Mtata to Nakuru, because Koigi wa Omere joined us on the live link yesterday, and he said, you know what, everybody's shouting about Singapore, but you don't want to do the things that Singapore did to get where they are going. You want to make this cake, but you've decided that instead of using flour, eggs, and sugar, that you're going to use macaroni and pili-pili and oil. You've decided that we're going to have a cake that looks exactly like this, but we're going to use different ingredients, and rather, we're going to bake it first, and then we're going to go put it in the blender. You've decided that we're going to do things upside down and in a totally different pattern, but you seem to want the end result to be the same. It's insanity. It's premium drugs that you're smoking. It's not possible for those things to happen.
Premium drugs.
Please continue. I like this. I like the English. Premium.
That's in the real thing.
Tell you what. A friend of mine yesterday gave me an analogy that was very interesting, and he said, this thing of having a vision and a mission, where we're getting it wrong. And he was saying, so fine, it's okay for you to tell me the vision. So the vision is we want to get to the level of Singapore. Yeah. Okay, fine. It's almost like saying, okay, the vision is we're going to Mombasa from Star Group, yeah? Tunaenda Mombasa. So you already know that's the vision.
Yeah.
Huko ndio tunaenda. But now, the mission means that I have to put fuel in the car, enough to get us there, or I have to get some air tickets. You have to see some movement that then indicates, okay, this person is actually serious. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
So you're booking an air ticket or you're fueling the car, and you're getting supplies if you're traveling by road because it's like what 5-6 hours or 7. So the preparation now comes in the mission. Exactly what you're saying. So we have the vision of where we want to be. But now let's back up a bit. The mission now, what are you putting together and how are you putting it together to get us there? I saw yesterday, now we are actually cutting trees.
Yeah.
So,
But you're planting
15 billion. You see? Backwards. It's like...
cutting to grow. Wait to cut.
did I hear that we are banning furniture from being imported into this country?
Yes.
Yeah.
No importing beds, sofa sets, cupboards, nothing.
You make your own.
We're going to make our own
Yeah.
from Elbagon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sasa tumeachiliwa tukate miti. But the thing is mature trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
That have been growing for 15 years.
If I walk you out here, will you be able to tell this? Let me finish this story. Households in Kenya, and I like sometimes how writers in newspapers put this. Households in Kenya, that it means you, Ndu, Dennis Seto, and myself, should brace for even tougher economic times in 2026.
Tougher than what?
This is the vision.
Yeah.
That's the vision.
It's tough already.
Now, please give us the mission.
So, the government plans to introduce new taxes on fuel and electricity to fund energy infrastructure. The move is likely to see consumers slapped with additional levies, further pushing up the cost of goods and services. Dubbed Consolidated Energy Fund, CEF, the kitty is seeking to raise $18.7 billion in 5 years towards improving energy-related infrastructure, including dams, geothermal power stations, and solar projects, even as the country seeks to add 5,000 megawatts to its power grid by 2030.
Sorry, please, don't be angry. Where are we talking about?
Where? Kenya. We are building
here,
dams.
Kenya.
Yeah.
Oh, dams, more dams.
No,
even the ones we didn't do before. Okay, we're adding more.
Infrastructure. It's energy infrastructure.
No, we are.
Okay.
We are not just building dams.
Yeah.
We are actually going to be building geothermal power stations.
Wonderful.
We're also going to have solar projects.
Okay.
And as we are seeking to add 5,000 megawatts to the national power grid
It's
by
very good.
2030.
It's very
so
good.
this means that the state will collect at least 478 billion from taxpayers every year until 2030.
Can I surprise you?
Yes.
Hiyo 400 hakuna.
No, inaenda kuchukuliwa. Si ati hakuna.
Iko happy these people. Wait,
The
these tax
vision
already
is-
they are taking the tax. See, the budget is 3.2 trillion shillings.
Yeah.
Abi?
Yes.
Okay. As it is, they couldn't meet that from taxes. The budget, the one that you want to use to run the country, they couldn't make it from taxes, right? The rest of it came from domestic and external borrowing in order for you to meet that 3.2. That's what they've envisioned for it to happen. So the appropriations bill comes into place, then it keeps going. Already you're at a deficit from these taxes. So my question is, a quarter of that is about that 478 billion that you're talking about, Nespa. So what is going to happen? Are they going to miraculously mushroom more Kenyans who will be paying taxes by 2026 to 2030? Number one. Number two, that 478 billion that you want to remove from the 3.2 trillion, what is going to then happen to that money which the 478 that you have taken is supposed to do? Do you understand what I'm
I
asking?
understand you. But
Or am I slow this morning?
You know how we've gotten here? We've gotten to a point where how are we baking that cake? We're using macaroni, chili pepper, bake it, and then take it back
to the blender.
And
Yeah.
then say we have a
Put
cake.
chicken feathers for
At
good
this
pleasure.
rate, you can do anything.
Put chicken feathers because you want chicken flavor instead of using chicken masala. So
That's a good one.
So pretty much is the approach towards it, because even when you talk about adding more taxes, we already have the fuel levy, right? Where does it go? What does it do?
Guys, listen.
Road maintenance.
You know, we may be thinking this is a joke, eh? But we may be thinking this is a joke. But here's the thing. They have already planned. This is not money they have.
Yeah.
They have already figured out how they will squeeze this money out of you. And they've reached to the figure of 478 billion. This will be every year until 2030, okay? They've already projected this. So they're already estimating we are going to collect this money. They are very sure we are going to collect this money. And therefore, as we collect this money, what we're then going to do is we're going to put it into this CEF kitty. So once we put this money into the Consolidated Energy Fund, then we are now going to start building the solar projects. We're going to start building the dams. But when we were told that construction of dams will happen, this wasn't there.
Alice Wahome was the CS for water. She sat in that chair and told us that in the next 5 years, they're going to build 100 dams around Kenya. 100.
Sindioi.
Ofu Abuato till 100. I've even spoken in my life. Till 100. Is this part of the 100 dams that ministry said that they want to build?
It looks it
So are they going to collect that 478 billion for 5 years and nobody's going to touch that money? Eh? The money will remain in the CEF. What did you call it?
CEF.
Fund.
The Consolidated Energy Fund, CEF.
So the money is going to sit there. Nobody is going to touch it 2026. Sit there. Nobody's going to touch it 2027. Sit there. Nobody's going to touch it 2028. Remember, 2027 is a what year? Election?
Yes.
All right. Nobody will touch that money 2028. It will sit there 2029. Nobody will touch that money. 2030, sit there. Nobody will touch that money. Then 2031, then we start building these things.
Yes.
What are you smoking?
Premium drugs.
I'm telling you. My God.
Tunavuta hii mafuta.
Banange.
You know, I don't know. I think we're just, sorry to say, but I think we're just a nation of jokers, because we talk about already the levies that you have and the funds that are meant to do their job. We have the road maintenance levy, right? If you go to Kilimani today, Kilimani is considered to be another rhino charge area because of how
Wow.
the roads look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even that fund that is supposed to maintain that road is not doing its purpose. But remember, we're talking about this budget. Yet today we are unable to fund education. We are unable to fund healthcare. Yet we want to get all this money to do a certain project. Yet already we are operating at a deficit.
So now you know what you'll be told. Capitation, you will never see it. What again? You want to put money where you will never see, because they want to build Angoa. What did they say? Dam and what? Geothermal
and solar.
Yes, we are going to install geothermal power stations across the country. We are also going to have solar projects.
I said balloon. They said they were dropping balloon for Wi-Fi.
Yes.
You have you seen one?
Oh, see, they deployed balloons with the pins. They popped and disappeared.
It's very good on paper. It's fantastic on paper.
Yeah.
Any country would want to do that. It's brilliant. And I don't even fault the people who come up with this plan. I don't fault them at all. It is fantastic.
Implementation.
But you need to know generally, Kenya levies are the highest in terms of taxes and levies on petroleum products per liter. And when you look at electricity, the cost of electricity in Kenya is also among the highest in the region.
Yeah.
So we're going to push this all the way up. All the way up. And pesa lazima itapatikana.
1,000 Bobby used to give you around 60 units. Today it's giving you 36. That's just how it is.
Aya.
You know, nowadays you put 1,000 or 2,000, then after 2-3 days when I get that kind of annoying thing. You're like, kwani munakunywa stima?
Munakunywa stima. Hapo ndio tuko. Ay, my goodness, that's where we are this morning. We're getting into a conversation soon after 7. Good morning, 7 a.m.
Sugar and spice and everything spice it.
Spice up your life. This is The Situation.